Hello, my peepers. Welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. This is Flosstube number 119. We have a bunch of whips. We have 2 finishes. So let's get started. I hope that you all had a productive month for March. I know I did. I got a lot done. You also will get a Flosstube extra when I'm done with this video that will tell you my March goals, and I will also show you what goals I accomplished in March. So yeah, April goals and how we did in March. So every day except one day a week, I focus on 3 cross-stitch pieces. The Hade Astrology Cat, which is part of the Hade Stitch Lawn for the year. I make sure I put in at least 200 stitches. Sometimes it's 199, but as long as it's right around 200, I'm good with that. Also, the Hade Stocking Treasure Dragon, that's by Miles Pinckney. My goal is 100 stitches a day on that. And Hade Quick Stitch Curly Tailed Rosie, I put in 100 stitches a day. She gets more because every other Saturday night a group of us work on either Rosie or Snowy or Fred and Albert. So my goal is to finish Rosie this year, the stocking, and the Astrology Cat. So that's why I stitch on those. Also, 1 week out of the month, I stitch on Rosie. After I stitch the 200 on the cat and 100 on the stocking, I stitch on Rosie the rest of the night till I go to bed. And then the other week, I stitch on the stocking. So I would stitch on the cat, 200 stitches, 100 stitches on Rosie, and then the stocking until the end of the day. So that's how I work on that. And then I already spun the wheel to pick the 2 projects. 1 week we'll get... in the evening I will work on it, and then another week in the evenings I will work on the other one, and that the other one will be finished this month. I probably will only have 1 finished this month, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I also will tell you in March I do a Crossstitch newsletter. Most of you get it. The Crossstitch newsletter consists of 3 designers to focus on for the month and a theme. So the designers for March was Lawndog, Any Hade, and Any Owl Forest Embroidery. And I did work on all 3 of those. And the theme was St. Patrick's or anything green. So for April, the 3 designers is Luca S., Carolyn Manning, and Stitching with the Housewives. And the theme is, I believe, Easter, because Easter's usually in April, so we're going to do Easter, and that'll work. So the first thing that I want to show you is the Astrology Cat, because that's what it will look like. And the artwork's by Ciro, I don't know, C-I-R-O, Marchetti. So for the month of March, I put in 5,598 stitches. And we just got part 2. So yeah, that is how much I have done. Lots of confetti, let me tell you what. There's a lot of confetti. So right now I am working on all of this part down here for the pages that just came in, because I do diagonal, and so I had stitched all the way to here because it had ended down here. Well, now the newer pages come down more, so now I've got to fill in all of this. But yeah, that's how much I have done already. I am liking this. I really am. And so yeah, it'll look like that. So that is one of my dailies. That's the one I put 200 stitches on a day. I do take off Wednesdays. Okay. Then the other thing that I work on is the stocking. It's a Haid. It's called Stocking Treasure Dragon. And it's by Miles Pinkney is the artwork. So look like that. And like I said, I put in 100 stitches a day on this, except one day a week. And I put in 3,496 stitches in March. So look at that. It's getting there. So you can see the dragon's head now. So I've gone all the way over that I can on both sides until it comes down more, and then it'll go out. But yeah, this is the top part of the stocking. I would like to put Justin's name up here somehow and not take up a lot of room. But yeah. And Krynick. There's Krynick in this. 032, number 4 braid. That's the only thing I don't like. And since I already started it with the Krynick, I'm going to finish it with the Krynick. But anything new that I start will be using the PB10 by Treasures Braid. What is it? I forget the name of it now. Yep. Of course. And the other piece is Rosie. Haid Quick Stitch Curly Tailed Rosie. And the artwork's by Annie Rodrigue. Isn't she so cute? I love her. Yeah. She's like 78% done. You guys, I am so excited. So in March, I pulled out the wrong thing. I pulled out the grind guard instead of the project. So in March, I put in 3,196 stitches on Rosie. Look at that. So this is as far down as it goes. That's the bottom. So I just have this much more to do. Yeah. Look at that. I love stitching on her except for the Krynick. Yeah. No. Rainbow Gallery, that's it. Rainbow Gallery Petite Braid. That's what I will be using in place of the Krynick from now on. But I need to finish Rosie and the stocking using the Krynick. I don't know if you could tell a difference if I didn't. If I switched it, but I'm not going to. So yeah, this tail, let me tell you what. There's a lot of confetti in that freaking tail. I think it's worse than her necklace here. Or whatever that is around her neck. Yeah. Okay. Now, I joined a Facebook group. It's holidays, something holidays, let me see. Holiday Cross Stitch All Year. And so one is Halloween through the month. You have to put in 1,000 stitches a month. So I decided I'm going to do Heaven and Earth Designs, a Boo by Randall Spangler. And so I have to put in 250 stitches a week. Isn't that adorable? So I work on this on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday I put in 250 stitches. And that's what I have done on it so far. It looks like there's no other color but blue, but I don't think you can see, but there is a lot of other colors in there. There's a lot of shades of blue. There's some black. Yeah. And now I'm coming into where there's other colors. But yeah, that's what I have done so far. And no, my goal is not to finish it this year. It's just to get in the 1,000 stitches a month. And if I get to use it again next year in something, that'll be even better. Now the other thing that I pulled out in March was for, and it might have been February, I can't remember, but it was for a stitch along, and I had already started it, but I haven't stitched on it since. When I started it a few years ago, and then I pulled it out for the stitch along that's on Instagram. I stitched on it once or twice and haven't touched it since. And it's for a mermaid stitch along, and this is Shimmer and Mermaid by Mirabilia. And I got in a few stitches on her. I don't know if I'll be getting any more stitching done though on her. But yeah, that's what I have so far. So I'm done on this side with all of the stitching and the back stitching. I think I'm done with this stitch. Yeah, I think so. It's just got beads. So I don't know if this will get pulled out again. I'm not sure. Because I have so much going on. Okay. So my cross-stitch weekends is when I focus on the designers of the month. And since Hayde was one of the designers, on Saturday of my cross-stitch weekend, that's when I decided to work on all my Haydes. So I did stitch on the cat, Rosie, and the stocking. And then I pulled out Story Keep Butterflies Galore by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I think I'm on page 3, but don't quote me on that. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty positive I'm on page 3. But that's what I have done on her. So she is one of those that if I focused on her for a while, I could finish her. But I'm not going to stress myself out about that. Okay, then another one that we picked for March was Owl Forest Embroidery. Also St. Patrick's, or the color green. Well, this is all done in greens. And it's an Owl Forest Embroidery, and it's Turtle Quaker. I love stitching on this because it's color blocking. You're not changing colors. You know, each turtle is a color. And you don't change colors within the turtle. So, yeah, that's what I got a lot of stitching done. And I stitched on this the Friday of my cross-stitch weekend. And this is done on a 28 count Monaco. Yeah. My astrology cat, I forgot to tell you, that's on 28 count Monaco. 1/1. This is 2/2. My treasure stocking dragon is 25 count, 1/1. And Rosie is on 25 count, 1/1. But yeah, I got quite a bit done on Turtle Quaker. And then, you know, I stitch on Lawndog like every Sunday of my cross-stitch weekend. And Lawndog happened to be one of the designers. So when I was done with my 3 daily stitches, I pulled out the Lawndog, and I got a lot done on this. So this is Quinto Oculto, the pointed 5th, and I got a lot done in here. And this is the end of this page. So hopefully next time this gets pulled out, I can finish a page. I think it's quite possible. But this looks like, and I don't take it off this Q-snap because it's a pain. So that's what it will look like. It has all kinds of animals in there and birds. Yep. Sea creatures. So I do stitch on that. And like in April, if there's a month that 3 designers are picked and I don't have something started for a designer, Lawndog will take its place. Okay, also another HAID that I did the Saturday of my Crossstitch Weekend is Literate Dragon. Let me tell you what, these were part of Stitch-alongs. Years ago, HAID had a forum and they did Stitch-alongs. And all of my patterns were on my PC that was old, before they had Google Drive and OneDrive, where you could sync it to all of your devices. So it was all stuck in that computer. Well, my IT guy finally came out, put everything on thumb drives for me, and I was able to get all of them and get them up on my pattern keeper, all except one pattern. I cannot find that on my thumb drive, so I don't know what happened to that one, but I have a quarter of it done. So I did stitch all on this area here. There's what, 200 stitches, I think? Yeah, a little over 200 stitches I got in on Literate Dragon by Randall Spangler. So, yeah, I'm thrilled that I could get that on Pattern Keeper, because it makes stitching on a HAID so much easier. And then the other HAID I worked on that Saturday was Faces of Fairy 66. And artworks by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This was gifted to me from Melissa Jenkins Cross years ago. I don't even remember what year it was. But yeah, that's what it will look like. And yes, I do have this on Pattern Keeper. And so I've been working on it slowly. She'll get there someday. But this is 25 count, 1/1. So is Literate Dragon and Butterflies Galore. They're all on 25 count, 1/1. It was just some of the newer ones that I started at the end of last year that I did them on 28 count Monaco, because it was cheaper for me than buying the gridded fabric. Okay, and then the last one that I was stitching on for January, February, and March for a stitch-along, or should I say a challenge. It was a challenge for full coverage Fanatics. So for full coverage Fanatics, for January, February, and March, the theme was winter. So I chose snowy. And I have a lot done on him. So this is Long-Tailed Snowy by Annie Rodrigue. I love stitching on him. And I believe he does not have any Krynic, which is cool, right? Yep. And so for April, May, and June, the theme is spring. So I chose Rosie because she's pink, which is a spring color to me, pastel, and she's got roses all on her. So yeah, I chose that. So that's why she's also one of my main pieces for the next 3 months. So those are all the WIPs that I worked on in the month of March, but I do have 2 finishes. So the first finish was Nora, Corbett, Anna. She is done, and no, I don't remember the name. This is a 32 count linen. Look at all the sparkling goodness on her. Oh my gosh. I love stitching these bewitching pixies. They are quick to stitch up. There's not a lot of back stitching. I think there's more beading going on these than any back stitching. But yeah, so you've got the beads going down here. You've got some beading. There's a lot of beading. And then you've got some beading down here, the bottom. So, yes, she's finished. And that's Nora, Corbett, Anna. And then my second finish was Darene Jones' Enchantress. It is from the Just Cross Stitch October 2021 issue. And, yeah, she is done. This is a piece of 14 count Ada. The color is shale. I wanted 28 count. I could not find that color in 28 count, so I had to get it in the 14. Let me tell you, I could not wait till this one was done. This bitch is a bitch to stitch. There's a lot of quarter stitches. I frogged one area over here 3 or 4 times till I realized that wasn't the part that needed to be frogged. It was the part I stitched before it that was making it look like it was off. Yeah. Back stitching on this is a pain in the butt also, but there is beads. They're blue all over through this. Loved it. I loved it. She came out so pretty, but yeah, I'm glad she is done, let me tell you. I do like how some of the newer patterns, you get the black and white chart, and then opposite page you get the chart with the back stitching, because sometimes with the back stitching you couldn't tell what the color was supposed to be underneath the back stitching. I did not like that at all. So those were the 2 finishes. This month, 1 week, which is this week, where did I put it? My focus for this week, and I don't know if I'll be stitching tonight. It is 7 p.m. and I still got another video. But I spun the wheel and it landed on Le Petite. And so my oldest Le Petite, my oldest WIP, is the Christmas teapots. It says Christmas cups. These are not cups. Those are teapots. So Christmas teapots is what I'm working on. It is on a piece of 28 count Monaco. I will stitch on it the rest of the week, just probably not tonight. I don't know. It depends on how I feel when I'm done, but that's all that I have done so far. So I am working on the snowman pot right here. Yeah. And then I'll do the frame as I go along stitching. But yeah, 28 count Monaco 2/2. So that is this week's. And then trying to remember. I'll go and check. April. So that's this week. Next week I will be stitching on Rosie in the evenings. Then the week of the 15th through the 21st. Well, it'll be the 15th through the 18th. Because then we have the Crossstitch Weekend. So the 15th through the 18th, which that's all I'm going to need. I spun the wheel. It landed on Shannon Christine, and Sweet Wishes is the oldest WIP. It looks like this. So it's small. It is 39 wide by 42 high. So it's small. And I have most of the cross stitching done. So that's why I said I don't need a whole week. I can probably finish this up in 1 to 2 days because most of it's done. So 1 to 2 days and this will be done. And this is on a piece of fabric I had left over. It's a 28 count, but I don't know what the fabric is. But it was left over from something. So yeah, that'll be a finish for the month. And that'll probably be the only finish for the month. So if I finish it in one night and I still have, you know, well, that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If I finish it Sunday or Monday, then I will go to the next Shannon Christine, or I may spin the wheel. I am not sure yet. I'm not sure. I'll probably spin the wheel. But that's everything that I will be stitching on this month. So yes, if you want the newsletter, if you come to my Flosstube, you automatically get Flosstube. If you come to my Crossstitch Weekends and you're on my email list for that, then you automatically are on my list for the newsletter. Yeah. So that is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know how you've been doing with your stitching. Did you get any finishes in? And stay tuned for the Flosstube Extra. And I will be showing you my cross stitch planner and the goals for April. You all have a great stitching April. See you guys later. Love you guys. Bye-bye.